Hi guys, today we're going to look at another poem's Q&A, Heks van Hexrivier. Check out your poem and follow along. 6.1. Benoem die rympatroon in strofe 1. So you have to benoem it, so you have to name it. In strofe 1 we have paar rym. Right? When they ask you to benoem it, they want you to name it. So we have paar. What is paar rym? Just to show you, it's AABB. It's paar. It's in pairs. 6.2. Skryf 'n reël uit strofe 1 neer waarin alliterasie voorkom en onderstreep al die allitererende klanke. So you have to take out a line from stanza 1 and then you have to underline all the sounds that makes up the alliteration. So you can have toe die Hexrivier sy heide teen die berg hang 'n blom. You can underline the H's or you can underline the B's and that would have scored you the mark. 6.3. Maar net een kon dit reg kry om haar hart te verower. Hoekom gebruik die digter die woord maar in die versreël? Is dit funksioneel? Motiveer jou antwoord. So is the usage of maar functional? Yes or no? Yes. And now you got to explain why it's functional. So it just explains or emphasizes that it took her very long to find the right man, or that she did make the right choice, or she found her right person. 6.4. Wat is die funksie van die enjambement, the enjambment in strofe 2? So you can write versnel die tempo, versnel die tempo. So what is versnel? To make something faster, right? Or you could say to bind the stanza into a unit. Bind die strofe tot eenheid. 6.5. Wat noem ons 'n strofe van 4 reëls? If you have a stanza and it consists of 4 lines, that is called a quatrain. 6.6. Wat word 'n strofe met 2 reëls genoem en wat is die funksie daarvan in die gedig? That's important. In die gedig. So they want context, right? So, first of all, what is a stanza with 2 lines? Dis 'n couplet, right? And what is the function of a couplet in this poem? Remember, Heks van Hexrivier is a sort of a love tragic poem. So then, the function of a couplet then is that Eliza and haar geliefde would have been a couple, right? Hulle sou 'n paartjie gewees het. A paartjie. But we know that there was a tragic end. But it's just to emphasize the fact that they would have been a couple, right? 6.7. Gee 'n voorbeeld, an example van personifikasie uit die gedig. So you can see there is in reël 13 and 15. We can look at reël 15. It's very short. Winde wat huil. That's personificatie because the winds can't cry. So winde wat huil, personificatie. We're giving a human quality to the wind. Dink jy, so they want your opinion. Dink jy die jong man het sy taak uitgevoer? Do you think the young man taak is task? Did he complete? Uitgevoer is to complete. Did he complete his task? And you got to motivate your answers. You got to say yes or no. And then motivate. So you can say yes or you can say no, but you just have to motivate nicely. So a yes answer could have been, he actually did get the flower. Or you could have said, nee, he got the flower, but he didn't give it to her. So he didn't actually carry out his task completely. So anything would get you the mark. Waarna verwys nevels in reël 13? Hoe dra dit tot die stemming in die gedig? So remember, the nevels in this poem means wolke of miswolke, right? Like misty clouds. And how does that contribute? Dra dit by tot, that means to, how does it contribute? To the stemming is like the mood, the atmosphere. So how does the miswolke contribute to the stemming of this poem? So you first say that what nevels is, and then how it contributes to the poem. So nevels is the miswolke. And what does it mean? Dit verwys na 'n somber atmosfeer of 'n ongelukkige atmosfeer of 'n ongelukkige. Anything that shows sadness or depression, that's what miswolke is contributing to. 6.10. Wat is die simboliek van rooi in reël 18? Gee 2 moontlikhede. So rooi, orgidee in reël 18. So the first symbolism is liefde, and the second symbolism could possibly be the color of the flower, or it could be like pain and heartache, something along those lines. Then 6.11. Choose the correct answer. Only write AD next to the question name. So your answer would look like this. So you put 6.11 and you choose A, B, C or D. Roep sy na hom, want haar hart was beloof. Die onderstreepte gedeelte is 'n voorbeeld van personifikasie, vergelyking, alliterasie, assonansie. So they are underlying consonants. There's a repetition of consonants, and when there's a repetition of consonants, that is alliteration. Alliterasie. 6.12. Hoe beklemtoon die spreker Elisa se mooi oë? So how does the speaker emphasize Elisa's pretty eyes? Remember, he repeats it, or she repeats it, the whole way through the poem. She says, lieflike oë, lig van haar oë. That's how, by repetition, by talking about her eyes repeatedly, that's how they emphasize it. Her pretty eyes. Last one. 6.13. Sou jy soos Elisa opgetree het teenoor jou geliefde, motiveer jou antwoord. Would you have reacted that way towards your loved one? So you say yes or no and motivate that answer. So you could have said, nee, I wouldn't have let them go on that mission. Of, yeah, I would have let him go on the mission because I want him to prove his love to me. Something along those lines would have gotten you the mark. And that is it, guys. See you in the next poem.